Once again, Philly versus Jersey, BlazingPasta versus Great Gonzales. Welcome to Grand Finals! Here at Platinum Star Smash, the final destination we go.
Has Gonz learned nothing? He got bodied here every time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, but he's saying, you know what? I'm back. I have a little bit of momentum. Let's have a go at it. And BlazingPasta finds himself above Palutena. That's a little rough. So we'll have to see if he can administer some damage. But the Great Gonzales finding great success with this patient approach. And you know what? Some people, they might call it running away, whatever. Frankly, I call it playing smart. Yeah, it's what it is. And this is how you're supposed to play the Great Gonzales. And indeed, BlazingPasta finding himself at a disadvantage and out of a jump, and indeed out of a first stock, first blood drawn by the Great Gonzales in this grand final set.
Air dodging backwards off the level is like a top 5 worst feeling in the world. It's like only a little bit below somebody close to you dying or getting dumped.
Yeah.
Because it's just like when you do it off stage without a jump, it's like, damn. It's like the game taunts you with how slowly you have to die.
Yeah,
well.
Pretty much.
And that is exactly what happened to BlazingPasta. The Great Gonzales messing with his head and forcing him to air dodge off stage. And for the first time in either of their sets, I think he's actually taken the first stock. Actually, he might have done it in the last game in Winners Finals, but I don't know. That was like 3 years ago. I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that. Time has a way of flying when you're doing these things.
When you're having fun, when you're casting, when you're playing a wonderful Smash tournament, streamed by the wonderful man Chris here of Master Hand Gaming. We're here in Grand Finals, ladies and gentlemen. Jersey versus Philly. What else do you want?
The work that he has put in today is something else, and I just realized I think I've been streaming for a total of 5 hours today.
You've been on some poop.
Yeah, for sure. But BlazingPasta, he's been on some ish as well. What a tech by the Great Gonzales! But he is punished with that back air. What an effort to get back to the stage in and of itself. That has to be a morale builder and something that BlazingPasta will indeed have to respect, as Gonzales does maintain the lead. The Mr. Saturn goes flying off of the stage. How dare you do that to my son, Great Gonzales? And now the dash attack will send BlazingPasta off the stage with a hold of that turn up, but gets thrown right back into the face of BlazingPasta. He'll be down to his last stop.
But the way that Gonz is playing right now, I can definitely see him taking this first game. I mean, he definitely has been playing a lot. He probably has the momentum side on his advantage. He's been playing since losers semis, not since losers semis. He's been playing since losers finals straight through. Already had such a huge, like, stimulating set with Juice, while in the meanwhile, BlazingPasta just had to wait to play grand finals. If I was him, I would have definitely been playing a lot of friendlies in the meantime in order to stay warm for the Great Gonzales. But I think that momentum is showing in this first game right now, Stu, as Gonz for the first time in this set is up, not in this set, in their set history of this tournament, is up a full stock over BlazingPasta right now. And like I said, Gonz very well might just take this game because of it. It's going to be on BlazingPasta to see how he can adapt, if he can show us that he can repeat history and show us that Winners Finals was not a fluke, as that neutral air puts him right towards the first step on the track of doing that, Stu. Evening out the stocks real quick. He's at 69. That means he's going to win.
That's one way of looking at it. And indeed, the tilt pops him up. And what a combination. 63% off of that, Nintunas.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Such good efficiency and such knowledge of the combo tree of Peach from BlazingPasta. And it doesn't matter how good your character is defensively, if you don't have a chance to utilize those options. BlazingPasta so smothering when he's on the offensive side of the coin, just non-stop pressure, neutral air into the stage. Well done by the Great Gonzales to stay alive, but there you go. Even though BlazingPasta found himself on the back foot, and that's hard to be when you're wearing high heels, Nintunas. Finds himself on the back foot, but nonetheless finds a Game 1 victory in the cards, and he has not dropped a game to the Great Gonzales on Final Destination at all in this tournament. So he goes up 1-0, and indeed, Great Gonzales will want that run back. He sees a path to victory, but what does he need to adjust in order to take it, Nintunas?
He needs to not go to Final Destination, which he's done for the 5th game in a row against this man. The 5th game in a row. My man, give yourself some platforms to run to. It's a platform fighter. There's a Z-axis. There's a Y-axis game.
Yeah.
I don't know what this man is doing. Mayhaps he knows something that we don't, Stu. Let's just go with that for like the fact that he's like been like this stubborn and going to the stage. I mean, it's a good stage for Palu too. Don't get me wrong. Like her combo game is really good on it, especially in low percent. She can drag with nairs, drag with fairs, and you know, no platforms for you to be able to run away from Palu either. Even though Palu's pressure on platforms is definitely immaculate, I feel like Gons can have so much more to benefit from other stages, but he really wants to do FD in this matchup despite losing every single time. Maybe it has to do with something that Pasta is banning. That's another thing. He's got to be banning the right 2 stages every time, where he probably continues to feel FD is my best choice here.
Oh, and trying to get a little bit of extra damage, but BlazingPasta, perhaps a miscalculation. The stoic look on the face of Philadelphia's #3. He doesn't change expressions all that often, but he's definitely a very emotion-driven player, so he can't possibly like the fact that he dropped first stock for the 2nd game in a row to Tunis.
Hey man, but with the way he brought that first game back, I'm not sure how much he cares.
True, as they would say.
But you know him better than I do.
Impossible, but we'll get the looking for the back air, will not find its mark. The great Gonzales definitely looking for the more calculated, calm approach that benefited him in that losers final set against Rose Calamity Juice. Looks for the turn up, does not find its mark.
Just trapping him with those neutral airs and those turn-ups so well, knowing exactly where he's going to land every time. And Gons with an SD at the worst possible time. My man Juice saying, I'm in grand final. Not Juice. My man BlazingPasta saying, I'm in grand finals. I take those.
Indeed, and any path to victory that you can garner over the great Gonzales is a path that you will certainly walk without hesitation. But the great Gonzales, he does realize how close that game #1 was, and certainly BlazingPasta does as well. So okay, you're already here. You're playing. What is great Gonzales doing so well that BlazingPasta just has yet to adjust to? It seems like.
Go neutral yet again. Gons in the lead. Over 100% differential between these players right now, forcing him to hang back with the explosive flame and forcing him right towards the ledge.
Looking for the grab upon get up, but well rolled by BlazingPasta, who will look for the back air. But Gons sitting in shield quite a bit. Eventually, the great Gonzales will be looking for the grab in order to punish that, but it will be the dash attack and a few teabags for good measure. How unbecoming of a goddess of light, but that's the great Gonzales for you. They'll take
taking a little too much influence from Juice. Right there after that set, and he's starting to do it himself. Oh, Gons, I thought you were better than that.
I mean, if you're going to take something from Juice, you know, might as well be the mind games.
Yeah.
Great Gonzales, he's not exactly averse to that as well. He's always shown quite a good deal of patience, whether that was, I mean, going as far back as the first couple of weeks, where he would, I mean, within 2 weeks of the game's release, he was winning tournaments. In fact, this was the grand finals of the very first week. The very first weekend, Smashadelphia Ultimate. It was BlazingPasta, then playing Inkling, going up against the great Gonzales, who was then playing Richter, and it wound up getting a run back from BlazingPasta, reverse 3-0ing him in grand finals. But a lot has changed since then. The meta has developed, a change in characters, a whole shift in tact, and now a last stock situation on game #2. It's amazing how far this game has come to Tunis, and frankly, where it's going from here, I cannot wait to see. But, you know, before we get to that, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, like you would say.
If history repeats itself, then BlazingPasta is going to win this game again somehow. He was down a whole stock the last time, and he slowly but surely brought it back, as the back throw is not going to be able to take it out here with the explosive flame, forcing him to outmaneuver it and go around the ledge. Fortunately, Peach can float, trying to catch him with the back throw right there, and he does, and that is going to be game #2, going to the great Gonzales.
And that was the victory he was looking for. That was the statement that he wanted to make. I'm not afraid of you at Final Destination, says the great Gonzales. And here's a reason why perhaps you should be afraid of me. So as we go to Final Destination for game #3, BlazingPasta says, okay, you know what? I see you and I respect it. Now do it again. I like that attitude from BlazingPasta, and it could very well pay dividends for him as he looks to get one game closer to a win on winner's side without the reset, and indeed taking home a Platinum Star Smash Grand Championship, his second tournament win in 2 days.
And in light of all that information, we bring you a sudden change of pace here with Game 3 on Final Destination.
Yeah.
Changing the scenery up for us all. 64% already on BlazingPasta. It's what Palu does best, Stu. It's what she does best. And here we go. Down throw, back air, the Peach Classic. She's been doing that for years since Smash 4. Always been doing that. Except now there's definitely more combos on the repertoire for her. Then all of a sudden the damage is back 88% on the great Gonzales already as he tries to sink in the back throw, but timing his neutral getup just perfectly to make sure the invincibility matches the frames of that back air just so. Down throw, Bear. Good air dodge, too, in order to avoid the situation right there. And he's got the turn-up in hand for the aggressive approach to make his way back on stage. Gon's not prepared for it. Not losing stage control because of it, though. Instead, he finds a way to toss BlazingPasta off with the falling neutral air and then regain stage control. Yet again, the Parasol going to save his life right there. Back throw, yeet! Not going to do it just yet.
Indeed, now BlazingPasta with the Peach Bomber. Side B will connect for both players.
Palutena with the explosive bomber.
There you go, so.
With a bomber of her own.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit more explosive power. However, just as I say that, BlazingPasta, amazing comedic timing on his part and mine.
Yes, absolutely, my friends.
Take this act on the road, BlazingPasta. He also takes the great Gonzales down to a 2-stock game.
Slowly but surely trying to bring it back with this damage. Palutena only sitting at 1%. That 10% is going to tack on a little more, trying to go for some cheese right there with the down air through the ledge right there. The Palutena's up air is going to stop any of that cheese from happening. My man Gon saying, I definitely do not like cheese. I don't even put that on my burgers. Oh, that horrible joke aside, that's a double fair right there. Explosive flame and neutral forcing him to come back, launching a couple more projectiles. He is the man in the advantage right now, so he just wants to tack on a little bit more damage on this stock. You know, while he still can't have it, he's the one. Gons is the one who has no reason to really approach up till gonna be able to do it. And Gon's up a whole stock again. Mayhaps this was a slow adaptation, my friend. It seems like he is finally starting to get Juice's number just a little bit, or at the very least understand his mannerisms and what he's going to do, or not his mannerisms, his habits, I should say, in this game number 3.
So now is with turn up in hand, trying to get some sort of in as the great Gonzales has developed a full stock lead. You think he got the download into this?
I think he might have. It just took him 5 extra games. It was just a little slower on that part, but he might have finally done it. The yeet, not going to be able to do it just yet, but he does force him off stage and just BlazingPasta. That's the second time I did that. BlazingPasta, again, just outmaneuvering the explosive flames and the auto reticles with these flow cancels to fight his way back on stage, dodging the grab right there, which would have absolutely been his demise.
Yeah, catches the down smash and needs this knockout. And he needs it quick. However, the great Gonzales, he's not one to go down very easily. Well dodged into a back throw of his own, and the great Gonzales will take it to 2-1. He's 1 game away from a bracket reset as Philadelphia looks on in the background in silent support of their brethren, Upper Darby's very own BlazingPasta. And now as the great Gonzales will be 1 game away from the reset. He's definitely done quite a bit in order to earn it, and Smashville will be the new destination. And interestingly enough, it's BlazingPasta getting chased off of Final Destination instead of the other way around.
And New Jersey.
Yeah.
With their even more silent support, as none of them are literally sitting behind the great Gonzales, giving him the most silent support possible by not being there and watching Grand Finals. But we finally have a change of pace. It's Smashville. And like you said, the irony of it all. You just, how many times Gon's got bodied on Final Destination. That BlazingPasta was the one who elected to go to a different stage finally. And so far, it's already working out for him. As the damage tacks on for the great Gonzales right here, there's already 63% on him. It's going to be a slobber knocker, Stu. One more for the books.
It's going to be brutal one way or the other. BlazingPasta looking to regain control of this set in the 7th game between these two competitors. Familiarity breeds contempt, as they say, and BlazingPasta and the Great Gonzales. I can't imagine they'll be exchanging thank you cards after this, but it's going to be a neutral air that's not even going to trade for the Great Gonzales. BlazingPasta goes up 1 stock. However, the Great Gonzales looking to return the favor, and indeed he does in explosive fashion in Tunis.
I don't know what else to say. It's exactly
You're beat too, man. Honestly,
it's exactly what you
want
want to see, man. These players are just, it's just a slobber knocker to the end. Look at them. Look at these guys are pressing so many buttons. Like on top of each other at the same time, each on each other's shield, each of them looking to try and force the advantage and start a combo. Eventually, Gonz is the one who is able to do it, and he is going to take this game in the lead because of it, getting closer and closer to this bracket reset that he oh so desires, Stu. No back down throw. That was actually a really good down throw. He recognized the percent that it was going to force him onto the platform in a tech chase situation, and knowing because of that, he would have plenty of time to react to with whatever aerial he really chose to, whatever one of Palutena's amazing multi-hits he chose, a neutral air or an up air, Stu.
Back throw puts BlazingPasta into disadvantage, and finding the Great Gonzales going off stage is able to take a different route to recovery. So, as neutral is reset, good down throw. And this is still very doable for BlazingPasta, but he needs to be very wary, and somehow the Great Gonzales, I mean, with so much experience, worming his way into these back throws off of ledge. I mean, somehow, some way, these people just find themselves there, and it really just goes to show the experience of the Great Gonzales, how calculated he is, how exacting he can be, and with how much consistency he gets that, and obviously, up tilt, not a bad way to garner that second kill of the match on his behalf. But as BlazingPasta looking for one of his own, it should be interesting to see how he goes about getting it. The Great Gonzales showing quite a bit of patience in the face of what was once adversity, but now looking for the bracket reset. Can he get it here? The Peach Bomber connects.
What an immaculate edge guard, just dropping him with that nair with a trade on the Peach Bomber right there. I thought that was going to be it at some point, but it still wasn't. The up tilt, not going to be able to do it. Gonz up a full stock. He definitely does not want me to go to bed. Ladies and gentlemen, the back air is going to be able to do it right there, and that is a bracket reset. We are down to our final set of the night, ladies and gentlemen. True grands in true fashion.
BlazingPasta has been presented with a few questions here, and all of a sudden 3 straight wins by the Great Gonzales sends it into a bracket reset. It's a whole new ball game, and here we go. Batter up! The final destination. There we go. Dude, honestly, perhaps it's a new set, new mindset, new attitude.
Yeah, you know, and also,
oh my, BlazingPasta.
Nice.
There you go. Looking for the forward air. He's not quite dead yet. The Great Gonzales. And a neutral air to chase it. What a tech by the Great Gonzales, and he makes it back, but suffers 126 points worth of damage for his trouble. Z-drop, the turn up, and what a start for BlazingPasta. You think you have me down.
Dude, same situation.
And he has a stitch.
Same situation as Winners Finals. When
again.
you walked out of the room, when he did that Z-drop to the rising neutral air, pulled a stitch immediately on the respawn.
Oh,
except he hit him with it this time.
Oh my, what a start. And the Great Gonzales still very much in this thing, but just 1 stock down. What a good way for BlazingPasta to start things off, playing unafraid right in the face of the Great Gonzales. And I have to think that Gonz would have been expecting it, but at the same time just could not handle it. That is not something that you see often. The Great Gonzales caught so far off guard after resetting, after getting so much information from 4 straight games in Tunis.
Yeah, it's you know, the information that he was able to download off of that is. What I will say, Stu, is that you can't get this far. Takes the stock. You can't get this far in bracket if you don't know how to adapt. It's just not possible. Eventually, throughout a bracket, despite how good of a player you are, as that back air takes BlazingPasta's first stock, you will run into something that gives your intuition playstyle trouble. say I'm a masher, you know, and then you run into like somebody who likes to time out, a camper. And if you don't know how to adapt to that, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to make it to grand finals. These guys are as good as they are, not just because of their skill and because of how they practice, but because of how they can recognize situations and adapt accordingly. And that is exactly what BlazingPasta is doing right now. This is exactly why bracket resets are a thing.
Oh my, but what a shift in momentum. The great Gonzales keeping a cool head and looking for this kill. This would be an even game. Looking for the up air, not finding his mark. BlazingPasta with turn up in hand. The great Gonzales, what a way to swing the momentum of this matchup, though. He could have gotten discouraged, but frankly, he knows how to kill a player's momentum and has not suffered damage. Basically, he lost 2 stocks and took 2 stocks and suffered 1.2 percentage points worth of damage in Tunis. Amazing stuff that we're seeing from the great Gonzales. That was ostensibly a 0 to death that we just saw from the young man. And now, looking for a back air, trying to keep the great Gonzales in disadvantage. Stomping the feet off the ledge. And another back air. The forward air is going to take game number 1. BlazingPasta brings it back.
Immaculate stuff right there, running off with the forward air right there. With many other characters would have been a suicide one. Peach, of course, it's a little safer on her part. Some players just don't expect it to happen to them at those inopportune times, Stu. He just ran off, he did it, he knew where he was going to be, and he called him out in the proper situation. That's BlazingPasta going up game 1 yet again.
And as we are getting close to the midnight hour, the clock will strike midnight on one of these Princess Cinderella stories. The question is, which one will it be? New Jersey's the great Gonzales or BlazingPasta representing the region of Philadelphia. Back to FD we go. Second verse, same as the first, is the hope for the great Gonzales. However, is the hope for BlazingPasta, excuse me, it's the great Gonzales that'll be hoping to sing a different tune here in Tunis.
Once upon a midnight dreary, as I cast this set weak and weary, that is a beautiful string from Palutena right there. Already 70%, trying to make me throw out my voice even harder. Gonz already seems to be adapting mid-game, as well as just for one overall playstyle. These guys, I'm telling you, I think these games are only going to get closer and closer, Stu.
I don't know how I'm going to be able to cast King tomorrow. This is already just nuts what we're seeing from these two. And now BlazingPasta, sitting in shield. This is one of the fastest paced games of chess you will ever see in your life. And these two grandmasters looking for checkmate upon each other. Who will draw first blood in the game number 2 of this second set?
Might be Gonz right now. No, just kissing the blast zone is BlazingPasta right there, able to just narrowly make it back by drifting towards the ledge with his parasol up B. And there you go, trying to start a combo with the turnip right there. A little too high percent for him to be able to combo. He wasn't close enough as the bear just barely misses. Great Gonzales hanging back a little bit longer, just patiently waits by the ledge for his opportunity to get a jump forward air from the ledge. A drop ledge, double jump forward air. First blood will go to the great Gonzales with that up air over BlazingPasta. He is going to get the first stock of this match.
That was, yeah, you're absolutely right. And great Gonzales, after, sometimes all you need to do is keep your feet on the ground, but certainly knows the opportune time to attack. BlazingPasta looking to tag him with the turnips yet again, but the great Gonzales a little bit more wiser for the wear after getting hit a few times in both winners final and in the last set. Beautiful tech by the great Gonzales. The survivability of the jersey number 4 certainly on prime display. Now he'll be looking for the kill, looking to try to read the teleportation with that back air. However, great Gonzales pulls it up short and lands, gets back to neutral, and will look to continue punishing the great Gonzales. Dash attack, not finding his mark, and eventually back throw, the booty bump by Princess Peach. Will garner BlazingPasta's first stock take of this game number 2.
And there you go, Princess Peach, of course, with the unique ability because of her float, which is already unique enough of an ability as it is to be able to do aerials while she has the item in hand, creating for very specific custom combos, which she has been able to do since the great game of Super Smash Bros. Melee.
And now BlazingPasta, Palutena, more of a relative newcomer to the series than Peach, to say the very least. And yeah,
Great year. Premiering in 2014 in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Just recently, as the back air is going to take the stock, got upgraded to the title of Super Top Tier, and is here to stay for quite some time.
Oh yeah, I don't see Palutena losing her perch for quite a minute. That up air, as brutal as ever.
It's a top tier's up air.
Yeah,
it's a top tier's up air, to say the least.
It's so hard to land. It's so tough to deal with, and now BlazingPasta gonna have to find a way back into this game number 2. Oh, looking for another one of those up airs. Not finding its mark. Back air.
Good parry on the back air. Not gonna be able to get too much off of it though. He was a little too far. And both these guys just swinging at each other right now. This back throw is not going to kill. He needs to be able to secure this kill right now if he wants to go up 2-0 over Gonz. Good turnaround grab right there. Attacking on as much damage with the pummel as possible. He can pretty much blow on Palutena at this point and she will die.
Oh, just nothing off the grab, and back air will in fact take it. So sitting at 80%. This is doable for BlazingPasta.
One combo. One combo. One combo. Stu, one combo. Okay, never mind. He dropped it.
Yeah, the great Gonzales able to get out of it in the back air. Oh, BlazingPasta survives. Peach certainly does not go down easy. Oh, looking for the grab on ledge, but BlazingPasta will not give it to him so easily.
Gonz just all over my man right now. Down throw. No back air right there, trying to set up that situation. Gonz knew exactly what was going on right there, and so did BlazingPasta, which is why he didn't get hit by it, but he will get hit by the back air, and that is 1-1 in True Grands.
And now as we approach the 7th game in a row between these two, the 10th overall that we have seen between these two. Oh, excuse me, make that 9th. Yeah, it was a 3-0 sweep.
We won this 4 games in winners finals. 3-0 sweep in, yeah, 3-1
in last set. Yeah.
And so that was the 10th game.
No, that was the,
yeah.
That was the 9th.
No, it was 3-1 in winners finals. It was 3-1 in...
It was 3-0 in winners finals, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. It was the 9th game. I'm sorry, Dad. It's okay. I won't.
It's all good.
I won't disappoint you anymore.
No, it's fine. I'll get my belt later. Anyway, Palutena looking for the explosive flames, not finding the mark, and Great Gonzales looking for these up airs, but BlazingPasta is gonna have to figure out how to zig as opposed to when Great Gonzales is reading zag. Neutral airs into forward air. Great Gonzales in disadvantage, and BlazingPasta keeping him there, getting these grabs, and finally the adaptation of Philadelphia's number 3 coming through. Good smack off of the ledge.
Yeah, that was a great smack sound effect right there.
Yeah, that had some meat to it. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, that one for sure. Ooh, falling neutral air actually going to get beaten out by the back air is going to do it right there. Going to get beaten out by the Power Soul up B right there. And the immediate forward air return all the way towards the corner of the blast zone. I got some cherry ones in my bag if you want some more.
Awesome, yeah. We're talking about cough drops, and BlazingPasta immediately taking that second stock. And so we are even at 2 apiece. However, the great equalizer, that nair into up air. Goodness gracious, those aerials have been an absolute boon for Palutena, man, specifically the great Gonzales in this grand final set.
And
these grand final sets, I should say.
And these grand final sets, that is an accurate way to do it. Plural, my friend. I learned that when I was in the 1st grade.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm only a broadcaster. I don't know how to speak good. And now,
up air, almost killing. Another one might have done it right there. Got him off the ledge where he wants him right now. And a back air. These guys, honestly, this is like what I like to call the cluster ball. This is just a slobber knocker right here. Neither of these guys are really too firmly in the advantage, as he does have BlazingPasta on stage right now. Baits him to approach with the back air right there. Gets him right by him with the re-grab. Gonz can set up those situations however he pleases now. He has been a Nest main for years. He knows how to deal with that. Knows how to create those situations when he wants them. This is why Palutena is such a great top tier for him specifically. And the up tilt, gonna be able to do it. Stock is 2-1 in the favor of the great Gonzales right now. This adaptation coming out from this man is just...
And BlazingPasta,
just amazing.
Too many times BlazingPasta has been caught sleeping at the wheel, missing these grabs, and the great Gonzales has been there to take full advantage, and now keeping BlazingPasta in the air, finds his way back, lands somehow as the great Gonzales missing on an aerial opportunity once more, but the counter beautifully employed by the great Gonzales.
Ooh, and the turn up air!
Turn up into forward air, divine mandate being handed down from Princess Toadstool, and now this war of attrition continues into its last stock, but the explosive flame not going to take it just yet. BlazingPasta makes his way back to the stage, but at 118%. He's got a lot of work to do. He cannot lose a neutral interaction, but indeed he does. He can't afford many more of these Nintunas.
No, absolutely not, especially not at this percent. A back throw by the ledge will do it. Up tilt, not going to be able to do it just yet, but a second one absolutely will. Up air absolutely will as well. So you can pretty much just blow on this Peach at this point, and she will falter, and we will have Great Gonzales up 2-1 in the true grand final set, and only 30% on the Great Gonzales right now. It's such a good position as the up tilt is going to do it. Gonz making my fruition come true. 2-1.
Your premonition, indeed.
Thank you. That's a good word to use.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, you're quite welcome. Great Gonzales.
You do know how to talk well.
Okay, yeah, I know how to say words right. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. 2-1. Great Gonzales over BlazingPasta.
Yeah,
here at this video game tournament.
Yeah, as indeed the clock about to strike midnight. Will it do so upon BlazingPasta's tournament hopes? The great Gonzales, he's worked incredibly hard in order to get here, has only lost to BlazingPasta in sets, got swept 3-0, and now this is BlazingPasta's last stand, and here we go
do you know
at Unova.
Do you know if Gonz wins at exactly midnight, that Palutena will be deleted from the game?
I'd appreciate that.
You're about to find out. All right.
Yeah, certainly.
Here we go. Unova, mayhaps trying to cheese him again. You know, just catch him in like those uppy situations by the ledge. You know, this is considered one of Palutena's worst stages for a reason. Back air is going to launch him off right there. BlazingPasta almost killing him with that forward air, which I think actually would have ended the stock right there, or at the very least would have, you know, been pretty damn close to it, as BlazingPasta is up in a lot of percent right there, catching the counter right there, sitting pretty at a clean 27%. This is exactly where my man wants to be.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he has routes to escape Palutena, but then again, the great Gonzales, I feel like he doesn't need to work as hard off the ledge. He could wait for a landing on the platform and attack from there. That neutral air could very well be the great equalizer for Jersey's one of Jersey's finest, in the great Gonzales. As BlazingPasta off stage, the back throw to keep BlazingPasta in disadvantage. And the great Gonzales has done very well with the evasion game. Baits out an air, and BlazingPasta going to have to find his way. He's going to have to work extra hard if he wants to make this happen, and it will involve taking some risk and going onto those platforms and kind of goading the great Gonzales into missing. But eventually he's going to adjust. He's going to charge in and catch him with that explosive flame. And now it's a two-stock game. For each player is going for the float. Gets the grab, and indeed, down throw. Slamming that poor Toad's head right upon the chest of Palutena, and gets the kill.
Gets the
full
stitch face.
stock lead. That's another stitch face from BlazingPasta. Can he take advantage?
Oh,
and
he
can.
does.
Straight into the back, and that's 56% on the board for Philadelphia's number 3 player. However, the up airs trying to make up for lost time is the great Gonzales. Wants to take advantage of those very short ceilings of Unova. Whether or not he can do so remains to be seen, but what a statement this would be if great Gonzales can take this stock right here and now. Certainly capable of it, but the great Gonzales, he's going to be playing the evasion game. I feel like BlazingPasta, patience is key here now more than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially for Gonz, if he doesn't want to have to like force a game 5 situation and just like have to do this whole procedure all over again for one last time to be able to try and win this tournament. Like the grueling nature of these games and these competitors right now. Falling there, gonna take the stock. Gonz down, but not out. BlazingPasta on his tournament stock, ladies and gentlemen. All it takes for Palu is one nair string, one fair string, a couple up airs, Stu. That is all it'll take for Palutena to be able to bring this game back. They don't call her the comeback goddess for a reason.
Indeed, but all it takes for BlazingPasta is one well-placed and exacting forward air. Where will he find it? Misses
Not
on
right
the
there
grab.
because he misses it.
He's missed far too many of these grabs to come out victorious, but he connects on the Peace Bomber. And now, as he will look for the edge guard, will not find it. The rollback by Great Gonzales gives him the room that he needs to reset. And now, keeping BlazingPasta in disadvantage. Up on the platform, he's there with the back air, and BlazingPasta survives. We're going to Game 5, Nintunist.
Do you want it any other way? You wanted to go down the last game, last stock. Ladies and gentlemen, if that's what you wanted, here you go. Here
Folks,
at Platinum Star Smash.
if you have ever doubted the will of Tri-State, if you have ever doubted the amount of skill, if you have ever doubted the quality, this is your answer. These two sets right here, and indeed the final destination. Both of these players playing for glory. Who wants it more?
Well, if they're playing for glory, they're probably both very sweaty.
Yeah, you're telling me. And dash grab, early advantage being taken by BlazingPasta. And back air parried. And that is such a demoralizing sound. He might need a few of those if he wants an upper hand on acting out of the Great Gonzales. But I can't imagine the Great Gonzales is going to be throwing too many buttons in the face of BlazingPasta.
Well, not anymore. I mean, right now he's definitely going to have to if the BlazingPasta does the right thing here and presses fewer buttons in order to force his advantage and force Gonz to approach him so he can potentially punish him off of the whiff. Since he is the one who does not have to approach, since he is the one much lower in percents. But down throw bear, gonna get him off stage. Palutena can cheese you, my friend. Or BlazingPasta could SD when it matters the most.
Unbelievable from BlazingPasta, and now the Great Gonzales with a decisive advantage.
Dot face! Okay, he didn't hit him. But the rising neutral air gonna immediately even it out.
BlazingPasta rising to the occasion. And this war of attrition comes down to a 2-stock game. One will break upon the other. Which one will it be? Missing the grab is the Great Gonzales, but shielding. This is a defensive battle, and all of a sudden, the pace of this game, it's become. Frankly, it's become this is storytelling, man. This is wrestling storytelling that we're seeing, and a decided advantage for the Great Gonzales here.
This is
in
his
this game
animation
number
phase.
5, and indeed the kick comes out. A full stock lead for New Jersey's Great Gonzales. Can BlazingPasta bring it back? Looking more hopeless by the second.
Stu, this is
for
his animation
Philadelphia's last hope.
As it gets, my friend. Billy right behind their boy BlazingPasta right now. Gonz trying to defend his home turf, defend the house right now, which he failed to do the last time these two played at Spectrum, I believe. Or like, just the last time they played at Spectrum. I don't know if they played at any other times after that. I know that BlazingPasta also, no, that was Juice, never mind. Either way, I know that Gonz definitely wants to beat this guy and get his revenge, especially while defending the house and winning Platinum Star Smash, a huge tournament for all the glory and the rankings.
That air dodge was so crucial, very well timed, and he saw BlazingPasta trying to chase Palutena up in the air, but it allows Great Gonzales to land. Another air dodge lets BlazingPasta land in the back throw, sitting at 100%. It's a full stock advantage, but the back air catches Great Gonzales on the ledge, and the side B Peach Bomber. Can he take Great Gonzales down to a last stock situation? Great Gonzales playing so patiently. Nintunist.
He absolutely is. He doesn't want to lose this stock and get hit by a Peach combo and then all of a sudden lose the match. He wants to stay on his second stock for the entirety of the rest of this game if he wants to, Stu. And that is exactly what he intends to do. The back throw barely not doing it and ending the tournament right there. But the neutral is going to force him off. Right
doesn't
back to
connect
the
with the
legs.
explosive flame, but he will happily take more damage. The back throw, is that going to do it? Indeed it will! The Great Gonzales defends the house and the Garden State. he wins Season 2, Episode 2 of Platinum Star Smash.
In a very respectable first place is the great Gonzales. The
Indeed
most
he
respectable
is.
placing. What a wonderful, amazing effort
Well
by this man
done.
right here. Fighting back from the damn depths of hell to take that back against BlazingPasta. Game 5 in the bracket reset. 3-1 in the first match.
Changed so much.
What's up?
I had to change so much from the set.
Yeah.
When I used to just run every
Your adaptation was nuts.
interview.
You want to interview him?
I would, but my carpool really wants to leave.
Gotcha. All right, then I guess I can do it.
All right. I mean, otherwise, I really would love to do it, but I will let you handle that, my friend. If you like my commentary, I'm Nintunist. Catch me on Twitch soon again. Catch me on YouTube again pretty soon. Catch me on Twitter right now, right below. If you want to give me some feedback on my commentary, just say hi. Whatever it is, I got to get home, my friends. My voice is shot, and my carpool really wants to get home. So I love you guys. Stay tuned for the Great Gonzales interview happening right now. Congratulations, Gons, for first place. Stu, I'm so happy.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we got to do this.
Honestly,
man.
I've wanted to cast with you for so long, and
Yeah,
it was literally just as amazing as I thought it was going to be. That was the best top 8 I've done in a very long time.
Dude, you did great, and thank you for your work. And
Dude, thank you for yours.
hit him up at Nintunist right now. Go ahead, but keep the stream on because we got the great Gonzales coming through. And are you what? Do you want to?
I'll catch you guys next time.
I don't know, man.
See you guys soon.
Got King X.
All right. Everybody, please keep in touch, Stu.
Absolutely.
Everything. I love you. See you later. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, I've been up since 7 a.m.
Yeah. And I'm joined here at this time by the champion of Season 2, Episode 2. That ain't you, Juice. Sorry, man. But it is in fact the great Gonzales. First of all, congratulations on a hard-fought victory. And
Thank you.
let's take you let's go through this because you wound up getting swept 3-0 in winners final by BlazingPasta, and obviously some adjustments being made to take 6 games off of him. And frankly, it could have gone either way. It
Yeah.
felt like, but you pulled it out, and it was a very patient approach that you wound up taking with BlazingPasta. I mean, obviously you needed to adopt that with Palutena against Peach to begin with, but what was your main focus when going into this set? These
Spacing her
sets
out.
and grands.
Spacing her out and noticing his habits, because every time he had a turnip in winners finals, I would be jumping around. I was jumping around way too much in winners finals without thinking about it, because like he would throw it whenever he had a turnip in hand. He'd be in the air, he'd throw it, and the combo into fair, and I died like 90 times to it. But in losers, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shield this, and you're not gonna kill me off this, even if you do read this, and you're probably gonna go for this anyway, so I'm gonna punish you like after you hit my shield. And I was juggling way harder because I realized like in what situations he would do what option, and the goal became bait out the option, force him back into disadvantage, and that got me absurd amount of percents and brought me back games.
Yeah, and then we were noticing that, and Nintunist was telling you to just get off of FD. Like he wanted
I
you
didn't
to go.
hear him.
Yeah, no, you did not hear him, and you sure wouldn't have listened to him anyway. You finally took that game number 2 and set number 1. How big was that for you in terms of morale?
Oh, it was like, I mean, I knew I could do it. I was already like had the mentality of like I can reverse 3-0. It was just a matter of like I didn't want to beat down 2 games, and then as soon as I won, in the seconds, like as soon as I was up 2-1, I'm like, all right, I'm probably gonna win this set. And then in the second set, when it was 2-1, I was like, all right, he's counter picking me to Unova. I'm probably gonna lose this no matter what. So at least I have a game 5 where I'll probably win that.
And even so, fighting until the very end, tiring him out a little bit. And let's go through that game 5 a little bit because he had a lot of opportunities and whiffed upon them. You took full advantage. Your punish game is absolutely unbelievable.
Thank you.
But it seemed like you were putting a big emphasis on dictating the pace of play and making sure that he could not approach quite as quickly as he wanted. Yeah, obviously you were spacing things out. The negative space became very prominent in those last 2 sets, but especially in game number 5. And as you were taking him down to last set, and he did a very good job of edge guarding you, but you picking up those kills off of those punishes, and somehow you keep getting these throws on the ledge. You find yourself in these positions
It's because
where you get these
ledge
back
options
throws.
in this game are limited, but they're less limited than 4. But it's still really easy to force people into that situation because they know that when Palutena's back airing at ledge, it's terrifying because that will just kill. Meanwhile, I have to at least read to get the back throw.
No, and you did that quite well. You've been you were watching I think that was 12 games all in all that you played against BlazingPasta today. Because that was
that's 12.
game 5.
That's
yeah.
12.
So yeah, I guess you got the download one way or another.
Yeah.
And it's amazing the consistency that you get these throws. It's the mark of an experienced player.
Thank you.
And an accomplished one. So I do have one final question for you, Great Gonzales.
Yeah.
Going forward, we see so many people making so many waves, especially in New Jersey. We see Wish is garnering a name for himself. We see Shoyo James going all across the country and spreading, defending Tri-State's honor, and obviously Nairo sitting up at number 1, consistently making top 8s at national events. What's next for you? What does the Great Gonzales have to contribute to Tri-State at large? Because obviously you're taking Platinum Star Smash, you're always hitting up these tournaments, you're winning consistently, and what's the next step for the Great Gonzales?
Well, I'm just hoping I have a good performance at Smash and Splash.
It's honestly, if you play like that, I feel like you can get into a lot of heads, and you can knock some heads as well.
I definitely think so, but yeah, I just have to play like perfectly. Like I have to play like that, like consistently if I want to get results at Smash and Splash. Because it's definitely easy for me to start screwing up and not playing properly. Like earlier today when I was warming up in friendlies because when I started, I was not playing like correctly at all. So, like, me playing to like my top level is like I have to do that like consistently if I want to get any results at Smash Splash. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say.
I mean, that's the attitude of a champion, and indeed the results of one as well. The champion of Season 2, Episode 2 of Platinum Star Smash, the Great Gonzales. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you so much to everyone who was watching here at twitch.tv/MasterHandGaming. That's Chris in production. Follow him at ChrisZX on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch as well at Stu the Announcer. Folks, we're going to be right back at it tomorrow at King, emanating live from the College of New Jersey at the heart of the state. So, folks, we will see you there in a couple of hours. So go ahead, hit that follow button like it owes you money right now. And until then, we will see you next time here on Master Hand Gaming. Good night, everyone.